I'm going to botch this name. I'm going to attempt to pronounce it. Kid was just an absolute stud. That's JT Tuimoloau or whatever, Malaliu or whatever. Okay, anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. Number 44 was absolutely just fantastic for the Buckeyes. And there's really no other way to put it. I mean, his stats: 6 tackles, 2 sacks, a fumble recovery, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, 2 interceptions. He returned one of those interceptions for a touchdown, graded out at a 93.6. I mean, is he the next great defensive end at Ohio State? I know that before the season began, we gave our breakout players. Nick picked JT. So great to him for picking that.
He's feeling pretty good right now.
He is doing pretty good right now. I will say, like, it's taken him a little while this year because we thought this is a guy that's going to hit the ground running, become one of the best DNs in college football. Is Saturday where we really start to see him just put those consistent efforts forward now, or do you think this was just one of those performances, and after that he might just end up being kind of a average player? What are your thoughts?
The one downside to this monster of a game is that if you don't do nearly the same next week, it might be still good, but people are gonna be like, well, it's not that good. But this is and you can correct me if you think otherwise. To me, this is the single most dominant defensive performance by an individual that I can remember ever at Ohio State. Like, I'm talking A.J. Hawk, Bobby Carpenter, Chase Young, the Bosa brothers. All of those guys are great. But when has anyone put together this kind of performance? Like, all 3 interceptions were because of him, 2 of which were in his hand. The other one was the tip that you referenced.
Yeah.
Go look at his first interception. I thought it was a corner. And then someone was like, oh, it's the defensive end. And I'm like, it's who? Are you kidding me? The dude is out there playing corner. He's out there playing outside linebacker. He's out there playing, edge rusher. He's more of along the lines of like a TJ Watt style rusher. I think he's more of an outside linebacker type rusher, whatever you want to call it. But the dude did, like, what do you want? He stripped that ball, right? He knocks that ball away. He goes face first into the offensive lineman's butt, falls down on his butt, turns around, and recovers the fumble.
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? And then to salt it away, that interception where he just fully uses all of his long arms, his frame, his athleticism, that was not a bad throw. That was what Clifford should have done. And the problem is, there was a superhuman freak on the other side of the field. Like, I can't go watch that tape and say, yeah, that was just kind of not a great performance. It was a fluke. No, man, it was because this dude is a monster, and I just think that it's going to keep going up.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, absolutely incredible talent that Ohio State has. Former basketball player. He even wanted to try and play basketball at Ohio State. I think Ryan Day has kind of talked him out of that a little bit, but absolutely amazing performance tonight. I have to agree. I can't recall personally. I know that Chase Young might have had some games where his sack total was nuts.
Yeah.
But as far as you're talking the overall stat line that he had, I've never seen it. Really in college football, I mean, maybe Clowney had it one game. Yeah. Because there was a game in college where Jadeveon Clowney was just unreal, and we
caused like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that might be the only situation though where I can think of that. But I mean, JT was absolutely fantastic.